Hey guys, Luke with Glock History. Got some unboxing to catch up on, so wanted to record. You can see my stack. There's actually, I think there's more, but this is all I have here at the table. I'm gonna put 10-to-1 odds that this is some kind of Glock. Which I guess is kind of cheating because I know what I bought recently. Paperwork on top, I like that. Oh, and this is the Glock 19M. Actually, check, it is clear. 19M, this one is one of the US made models. And it's a red label, so I'm gonna guess this is one of the Lipsy's remakes. I'm not sure how these got onto the market. And it does not have the black internals. But it is an MOS version. So anyway, got a hold of that one. Cheap enough. We can just stick it in the safe. So the 19M was created, that was actually the predecessor to the Gen 5 models. The FBI put out a request for proposals looking for a new standard issue handgun, and so that's what led Glock to design the M series, which is, unless it has the difference of internals, it's basically the same as the Gen 5. This one, ooh, this is one of the new COAs. So last year this came out of SHOT Show. It's the Aimpoint Integral System. And as a dealer, I think my cost was like $838 for the gun and milled optic. Great deal because the COA is a pretty nice optic if you've played with them. And I think they were on sale for around $1,000, maybe $1,050 for most dealers, and just sat there. And then all of a sudden, Glock announced they weren't going to make the COA for civilian contracts, and the price went from $1,000 to $1,500. And then once Glock said we're going to discontinue everything and went to the V model, that price went up to like $2,000 a piece. So if you can get your hands on those, they're really good sellers. And it's crazy with the V model, something is really up with that situation because it was out for like a month, and now they've announced that Gen 6 is coming out in January. So if you've gone back and watched some of my videos, I was wondering that back when they first announced it, why wouldn't you just roll out a Gen 6 and slowly discontinue everything else? So now it really looks bad on Glock to have this V model come out for 6 weeks. Function check. This one is just a Model 45 MOS with the Trigicon. And the Trigicon works. That's cool. I picked these up. Again, I'm just on Gunbroker all the time, and if I find stuff cheap enough, I buy it. So anyway, it looks bad to me that Glock discontinued everything, started making a V model, and then 6 weeks later, they say, oh, never mind, we've got a Gen 6 in development. Maybe they'll keep making the V for people who want the Gen 5 pattern, but it does not make a lot of sense to me. Here we've just got a box of barrels. I don't know where that guy's coming up with them, but I bought like 50 barrels off of them. And they're brand new. They've got to be from Guns because they're not from, and they're not in Glock's packaging. But they're brand new barrels that are removed from a new pistol, and they put them in a new clear plastic box. And I bought the crap out of them. They've got a good price. Really curious where they're coming from though. guess you could have a store that's doing enough custom work that they just replacing all the new barrels with threaded or fancy dimpled. Who knows? That's where I used to get the barrels that I would sell if they were factory. It's from people wanting to trade out and they don't have any use for the factory barrel anymore. Man, they've got this one wrapped up tight. You notice I'm making sure to point it away from me even though these are all empty. It's just a nice used Gen 423. Let me wrap that one up tight. Alright, next box. This also feels like a Glock. And all right, this one is one of the Aimpoint Acro. It is direct milled. And if you want to know the truth, I was trying to buy COAs and I accidentally bid on this, not realizing that it was an Acro. It showed up in the COA search results. If you look at the two of them side by side, the windows are about the same. The Acro's just got a bigger body. And those Acros, they were more expensive, but for whatever reason, you can get the whole combo kit for the Acro for like $1,200, where the COA is going to be $1,500 for a used model and more like $2,000 for a new one. Just wanted to compare side by side. So anyway, I ended up with an Acro. I already had 10 coming from my distributor, but I was looking for more COAs, and I'm just dumb. I bid on it, and only after I won did I realize, wait, this is an Acro. It says right on the, I mean, it's not the listing's fault. They had pictures showing Acro right on the side of the optic. And what is this guy? Oh, this is 49. This is another one. I've sold a ton of these guys. The Glock 49 is the longer slide, but the short 19 grip. And these are now discontinued. And for my collector shows, I do a setup. I like to have one of every model of Glock made. And I had sold my, the 49's a new edition, so I had always just used a brand new one, and then I would sell it after the show. And I ended up having them all sold when Glock discontinued, so I had to come up with another one just for the show purposes. And you've got some North American Arms parts kits. Those always come in handy. And then last but not least, this is an eBay package, so I think this is my new silver coin. Haven't talked about silver, but we hit an all-time high today, up over $60 an ounce. And I started getting into this probably around 2012. Just been stacking. So this is one of the America the Beautiful 5-ounce quarters, 999 fine silver. And if you search around, you can find these for just a little over the spot price, but it also has a lot of numismatic value as far as the coin itself. So I try to buy them whenever I can. And shoot, sub 300 now would be a steal. So if you're not in silver, it's something to look into. And I will leave it there for today. Thanks, guys.